What is up, everybody? My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to make $35,000 your first year pressure washing. I'm joined with a special guest. Julius is with me. Julius, how's it going, man?
Good. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Always a pleasure. So before we get into this one, though, I do want to mention if you guys are looking to start a pressure washing business or scale it up to the next level, check out the first link in the comment section and the description. It's going to be a link to our pressure washing business course, the #1 selling pressure washing business course in the world. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into this one. So Julius, first off, start us off with how long you've actually been in the pressure washing business for.
Now it's been a little bit over a year. It's now June, and we started last March-ish, so it's been a little bit over a year now.
So what made you actually want to get started in it?
It all started in the height of the pandemic when my dad asked my brother and I to wash the house, and so we went out to the shed, grabbed the pressure washer, and did exactly what you're not supposed to do, use the pressure and just go up and down the vinyl siding, And from there, we realized how many dirty houses there were in our area, or there are. We also realized that there's not too many power washing companies in this area. And then we realized, hey, we can make quite a killing if we start a good business doing this. So that's what we did, and it's gone pretty well since then.
So you started up with your brother, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so how's that been so far?
It's good. It's definitely good having two people. He handles all the customer relation things. He's emailing the customers, handling all the leads, scheduling everything. I'm doing all the marketing and the accounting, also kind of dealing with the machines and everything, kind of the mechanical side. And it's been smooth. So
that's perfect, man, that you guys were able to kind of split the responsibility on that. I'm sure, because a lot of guys are just starting off by themselves. So having somebody to kind of lean on with some of that is awesome.
Exactly.
But tell us about what equipment you started off with, because that's like a big sticking point for some guys.
Yeah. So because we were two guys, we assumed that instead of having 4 GPM or higher, we thought, all right, maybe we could divide it up and use 2.5 GPMs and kind of just run 2 at the same time. That's pretty much what we did until a few weeks ago. We finally upgraded to the 4 GPM, and I could already say that even just one machine that's a 4 GPM rather than 2.5 gallon minute machines, having 2 of those, it's way more efficient. You could start off with the 2.5 gallon minute machines, but if I was you, I would save up the money, spend a little bit more, and just get the 4 gallon right away. It's helped us out so much, especially even though we just have one person on the washer at a time now. It's still much quicker for us. So it's definitely a big upgrade for us.
So you guys were starting off both running off the customer's water with 2.5 GPMs. Did y'all ever run into any issues with the water or anything?
Yeah, there's definitely some issues with that. Sometimes we'd be going off the same spigot, so we'd have like a splitter, and we didn't really understand in the beginning when we started what was good with the whole water outflow from the house. So sometimes the machines were just getting so dehydrated of water, and we blew a pump within a few weeks. So we kind of learned quick from that. We're like, all right, there's some houses where we can only use one washer, and that's when it really sucked, because only using one washer and having that washer be a 2.5 gallon minute machine, it would take forever to wash the house. So most of the time we were able to run both machines from 2 different spigots, but there was those few instances where there was only one spigot on the house, or maybe the other one was broken, and we kind of realized that we can't be dealing with this issue anymore. It just takes way too long. So
right, because essentially you'd be pulling like 5 gallons a minute basically,
yeah.
And usually all the spigots are graded for like 4 gallons a minute max. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I can see how you would run into some issues with that one, but hey, it sounds like it worked for some of y'all's jobs, huh?
Yeah, honestly for most of them. So we didn't do too bad.
Perfect, man. So tell us a little bit about how you went about getting those first couple jobs, because that's another big hurdle that guys go through, is finding those first couple clients.
Yeah, so we were very active on Instagram, Facebook, pretty much all the free social media platforms that you could be on. I'd recommend that for everyone starting a business, whether it's a pressure washing business or any kind of business for that matter. Just make sure you're on social media and you have a website. We got a website from the start. All these things are going to add up to really get you good organic leads further down the line once you get higher rankings and stuff like that. But our first customers actually came from I have to say Home Advisor, unfortunately, because we just went that route in the beginning, just to increase our customer base. And we're like, all right, we have a little bit of money to spend. Why not? Let's spend a little bit more money now, so then we can kind of build up our knowledge and just our wash experience and just our customer base as well, so that we could do a really good job and then have them either be repeat customers and also tell other people. But that's pretty much how we started, and then we got to Facebook ads, and those worked out pretty well for us. And now we have pretty good Google rankings, and we get a lot of organic leads, which is very big for us.
Okay, awesome, man. So you start off with the free traffic, leverage that, and then you started doing some Facebook ads, Google stuff, getting into the more of the long game strategies. I love it. I think it's perfect. So what was one of the biggest issues that you guys came across the first year in business?
Our biggest issues had to be figuring out our system with our machines and stuff, because we were running the 2.5 gallon minute machines, and they just were not efficient at all. We're like, yo, this takes us way too long to wash houses. But we didn't have so many houses to the point where like we couldn't handle it. We maybe did like 1 or 2 houses a day, sometimes 3. But we could always spread them out if we couldn't handle the last job, you know. So it's our biggest issue is definitely kind of just figuring out our system with actually washing houses and providing the service, you know.
What advice would you give to somebody who's looking to get into the business and kind of build as much as what you've been able to build with this first year?
I would say just figure out your scenario. Do you have money to market? Do you have money to buy equipment? Or are you more on the, I'm going to try to do this on a more economical scale? And then from there, kind of figure out if you're going to be on the cheaper side of things, you're going to have to put more time into marketing, putting out flyers, door hangers, yard signs, things like that. But if you have more money and you don't have too much time, definitely spend the money, get the better equipment, and spend the money on marketing. Get someone that's good at making websites, get you a good optimized website, and start running ads online, Facebook, Google, whatever it is. Figure all that out, and kind of just dive right in based on your scenario and what works best in your area. Just figure everything out and do as much research as possible.
What would you say is the biggest source for how you guys get your jobs now? You said it's more so Facebook and Google at this point?
Yeah, so now we pretty much been getting, this summer I've been getting a lot of our jobs through organic Google traffic, which is amazing. Don't even really have to pay for that. Also, we do get some from Facebook. We post in Facebook groups. That's also a big thing. Post in local groups, stuff like that. Yard signs we've been putting out some yard signs. We've been getting a lot of business from that too. For all the people out there that think yard signs don't work, you just have to put them in strategic spots, spots where people stop, red lights, stop signs, things like that, and where your townsmen, like the townspeople, won't mow and take them out. You know, yeah, it's basically just yard signs, Google, not so much Google ads, but Facebook ads and our website, you know.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and that's something I tell people all the time. Don't rely solely on one source. It sounds like you guys over the years have kind of diversified. You're taking advantage of some free sources. Yeah, it sounds like you guys are doing great, man. So thank you so much for coming on the channel today, Julius. Every guest that comes on the channel has to pick the word of the day. So what would you like the word of the day to be?
The word of the day is going to have to be persistence. You got to stay persistent. Sometimes things get slow, but I know it's kind of cliche. You just got to hammer it all the time, you know. Whenever we don't have a job, say if we don't have a job on a certain day, we'll be marketing, doing whatever we can, putting out yard signs, door hangers, things like that. Stay persistent, and you're going to succeed if you just have that mindset.
Absolutely, man. So the word of the day is persistent. If you guys made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment that down below. But my name is Justin. It's Forever Self-Employed. I'm going to have Julius's channel linked up in the comment section description, so be sure to go check out his channel. But until next time, hustle hard and get that money, baby. Peace.